Patriots, I want you to stop what you're doing right now. Because what I just watched, what I just heard, wasn't some run-of-the-mill political speech. It wasn't the usual poll-tested garbage from Washington elites. No, what I saw was a full-throated, unapologetic defense of truth, of decency, of Western civilization. And yes, of Donald J. Trump. And if you're anything like me, you felt it in your gut. Finally, someone said what we've all been thinking. We live in a time where men are called women, where borders don't matter, where facts are replaced with feelings, and where the media treats truth like a joke. But this speech, this wasn't a joke. This was a wake-up call, a rallying cry for every American who's been told to shut up, sit down, and comply. Not anymore. This is our moment. This is our time to rise, speak, and restore common sense in this country. For too long, conservatives have been told to stay in their lane. For too long, the hard-working men and women of this country, welders, farmers, barbers, cops, truckers, have been lectured by gender studies majors and bureaucratic leeches who've never worked a real job in their lives. But as this speaker said, we're done being lectured. We're done being belittled. We're done being silent. And let me tell you something. The words he spoke weren't just powerful. They were necessary. Because we're not just in a political fight anymore. We're in a spiritual one, a cultural one, a fight for the very soul of our nation. And the enemy? Oh, they're not just on the other side of the aisle. They're in our schools, in our corporations, in our churches, even in our dictionaries. They want to erase our history, redefine our words, and cancel our future. But they forgot one thing: we're still here, and we're louder than ever.
Good afternoon, Tampa. I'm not used to hearing applause when I walk out onto the stage at the office these days. It's all garlic and crucifixes for yours truly. Or should I say, how do you do, fellow comrades? That's what they'll be saying in New York City soon enough, right? You know, I'm not sure why people are mad at me on these cable panels all the time. I'm just a designated driver at a party where everybody else is trying to crash the country into a ditch. I don't know whether I'm the Caitlin Clark of CNN or she's the Scott Jennings of the WNBA. Either way, we take a lot of abuse, but we score a lot of points along the way. I actually admire her, but I don't get it. They finally found someone who can make a layup and sell tickets. And their reaction is, let's see how smart she is after we gouge her eyes out. The trick to being a good pundit, it's also good advice for life. Just tell the truth and keep smiling. You'd be shocked at how few people can do it. But I'm not here today to talk about cable news or basketball. I'm here to talk about something bigger, about what's happening in the heartland of America. I'm here to talk about the revolution of common sense. That's the title of my upcoming book, and the phrase is courtesy of Donald J. Trump. And I wrote it, absolutely. And I wrote it because half the country deserves a defense of perhaps the greatest opening 6 months of any presidential term ever. And because I am tired of mindless liberals telling me every night, any day now, you all are all going to regret your votes from last November. Does a single person in this hall wish you could hop in a hot tub time machine and go back to November and vote for Kamala Harris or that buffoon Tim Walz? Hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I voted for. This is what we voted for. I wrote this book because I'm tired of gender studies majors lecturing welders about economics. I'm tired of condescending garbage from a political party that cares more about dudes who want to be women than dudes who just want to be dudes. The truth of the matter is, in America, common sense is back. And it's not, yes, it's not coming from the people who pump out the narratives and the BS. It's coming from places like this, from the grassroots, from middle America, from the bottom up, from people like our friend Charlie, and from every single person in this room. And who kicked this revolution into high gear? Who turned common sense into a battle cry? Who campaigned without flinching, and who governs without apology? The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Now, here's a reality check for my colleagues. The President's having the best 6 months of any president of the modern era. His policies reinforce and advance the conservative movement, and they put America back on track. We encourage work instead of government dependence. We prioritize American citizens over illegal aliens. We secure the border instead of pretending that it doesn't exist. We unleash American energy instead of bottling it up. We keep taxes low on the people who actually pay them, the working men and women of this country, from the assembly lines to the barber shops, to the diners, to the garbage trucks, to the farmers in the fields. Hardworking Americans that just want to get up and go to work, provide for their families, make their lives a little bit better without being condescended to by the elites in Washington, D.C. They now have a champion in the White House. Oh, and by the way, he's delivering world peace along the way. The Middle East, Africa. For God's sakes, give this man the Nobel Peace Prize already. And he's doing it all in the face of a hysterical opposition that has not recovered from the trauma of last November. Let's see. The Clintons, the Obamas, feel free to boo along. The Bidens, the Harrises, the never-Trumpers, the leftist media, the narratives, the lies, the political information distribution complex. Gone, 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 gone. All thanks to our president, Donald Trump. But here's the best part. He's not alone. He's got a movement. It's young, it's smart, and it's hungry to win. Now, judging by the statements of some of my sparring partners lately, the left is panicked. Why? Because you aren't playing by their rules anymore. They want you to sit down and shut the F up. They want you to stay in your lane. Little did they realize that you would build your own road and go right through them. You all stand unapologetically for free speech in the places that they thought they owned. And Trump is bringing radical campuses like Harvard, Columbia, and UPenn to heel as we speak. Now, let me be blunt and give you a direct message. We cannot concede any ground, not an inch, not a campus, not a corporate hallway, not a school board, not a TV network, not a single corner of our culture will we concede. And certainly not a dictionary, which is under assault from people who think words and DNA no longer have any meaning. Trump scares these people to death because they know he's going right around them, straight to the American people. Our old cultural and political emperors have no clothes. Now it's just a hateful, buck-naked mob, desperate to regain some relevance. But the thing I learned, and I have learned, is never ever give an inch to this mob. Everyone learns sooner or later. No appeasement is ever enough. But you know what scares them even more, I think, than Trump? It's actually young conservatives with microphones, cameras, facts, and no fear. They thought they could cancel you. You fought back. They thought they could silence you. You got louder. They thought you'd eventually give in and give up. But it looks to me like you're just getting started. They thought when Trump was gone, their nightmare would be over. Nope. This is how we win. Not by hiding, but by marching right into the heart of their spaces and saying with a smile, we're here to tell the truth, and the truth shall set us all free. Let me say this clearly. Western civilization is not a crime. It is a miracle from God. It is the worldview that gave us liberty, dignity, reason, beauty, and yes, our common sense. But it is under assault. The barbarians are at the gate. It's our job to defend it. You are the vanguard. You are the next chapter in this American story, the heirs to the Minutemen and the Patriots who gave us this country in the first place. And with Donald Trump back in office, you have a president who believes in you. So, let's keep going. Let's fight for the dignity of work. Let's defend the necessity of borders. Let's stand up for women instead of deviling and devaluing them. Let's build a future that rewards truth and talent instead of identity politics. And let's remind every radical university president and professor, every smug pundit, every one of these free Palestine yahoos, every never-Trumper who threw in with the enemies of Western civilization, we're not going anywhere. You know, my first job as a teenager back home in Kentucky was taking care of people's yards. I'm still in that business over at CNN. Mowing down fake narratives, trimming the hedges of hysteria, planting the seeds of common sense. And friends, I can report to you today that business is good. I want to thank Charlie for this invitation. I want to say God bless you. I want to say God bless this movement. I want to say God bless our president, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much.
Let's break this thing down. 10 minutes into that speech, and I was already standing up and clapping. Why? Because he hit every single point that we, the American people, have been screaming about for years. While the left whines about pronouns and plastic straws, President Trump is securing borders, cutting taxes, and bringing peace to the Middle East. And what do they say in return? Orange man bad. That's the depth of their argument. That's all they've got. And I love how he called out the fake narratives. The Clintons, the Obamas, the Bidens, the CNN's gone. Because Trump didn't play by their rules. He went around them, straight to the people. And that's why they hate him. Because he showed that we don't need their approval, their panels, or their propaganda. And let's not ignore the most important part. He talked about you, the movement, the people, young conservatives, older patriots, freedom-loving Americans of all ages who are tired of the lies and ready to fight back. Not with violence, not with hate, but with truth, with courage, with conviction. Here's the takeaway, folks. We cannot concede an inch. Not one campus, not one school board, not one boardroom, not one media network. This is our country, our culture, our Constitution. And if they want to take it, they'll have to go through 80 million proud, patriotic Americans first. So to all my fellow warriors out there, parents, pastors, students, soldiers, creators, and thinkers, this is our time to rise. This is how we win, not by retreating, but by marching right into the belly of the beast and declaring with boldness, we are here to tell the truth, and the truth shall set us free. God bless you. God bless our president. And God bless the United States of America. Let's keep mowing down fake narratives, trimming hysteria, and planting the seeds of common sense. Because Patriot's business is good.